It's such a funny little thing that I've been hoping someone would make. Okay, a lot of laptops have only a couple ports on them now. And often if you have a headphone jack, it's practical, but not super high quality. So expanding on I/O and adding a better headphone jack is usually a two accessory solution. The folks at Ikko sent over their latest creation for me to test drive, share some thoughts, and it really is peanut butter jelly time. This is the ITX01 hub with a built-in high-res DAC. It's a very nicely built hub, metal shell with the Ikko logo screened across both broad sides, USB-C connector, 3 USB-A ports, that's USB 3.2, a full-sized SD card and a micro SD card slot, a USB-C data port. Now I'm really stoked that we're finally seeing more hubs have an additional USB-C port to connect accessories, and then the power port supports up to 100 watt power delivery. Full-sized HDMI supporting 4K at 60 Hz, and on the end of the hub, two gorgeous little headphone jacks, a 3.5 millimeter and a balanced 4.4 millimeter chef's kiss. Mwah. Now this is something a little interesting. The DAC on board is an SNC8600, which I'm not familiar with. The last Ikko DAC that I reviewed was the Zerta that had an ESS DAC. Those ESS DACs have been fan favorites for portable premium audio. The SNC8600 looks like it might be Ikko's first custom converter, which could be exciting to see more companies deliver their own audio processing solutions. Also, the amp on tap is putting out maybe half the juice of the Zerta. So our ranking here is a little different. We're not getting a Zerta built into a laptop hub, but we should be getting something significantly better than most computer headphone jacks. Starting off with the hub side, the tech is pretty spot on for Ikko's claims. Fast file transfers from the USB ports. I wish the card readers were a little quicker. I'm maybe getting an eighth of the read speeds on my SD cards, but my portable SSD is working top tier. We're getting 600 and 700 megabyte per second write and read speeds. 4K support from the HDMI looks great. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any video pass-through on the USB-C for one cable connection to portable monitors, but it's all really good. And then you listen to the audio, and it gets a bit sweeter still. Playing with other portable displays and hubs, when we do get headphone jacks, they're usually not good at all. It's a functional, practical port, but that's about it. The ITX01 does not hit at that top premium tier for portable audio. Like, I recently reviewed the new Fio. I've played with some expensive dongle DACs. As mentioned, the Zerta can pretty much outpace this laptop hub. But considering the value add on a less expensive DAC, it's kind of like we're stapling a $40 audio solution into a $50 premium built laptop hub. And I think from a performance standpoint, that makes a lot of sense. There are 3 modes on the DAC, but I tend to stick with yellow. So you touch this little dark pad and it lights up different colors, cycles through movie, music, and game modes. Movie mode just kind of pulls more bass into the mix. Gaming mode tries to highlight speech in gameplay, and yellow is the top playback setting for music with the least amount of EQ manipulation. The 3.5 millimeter handles some decently thirsty headphones. And now compared against my Surface Laptop Go 2, which has a surprisingly good headphone jack for a student-grade laptop, I need to turn up the volume to max to get a comfortable listening volume on my 250 ohm DT770 Studio cans. The Ikko is hitting around 70 for about the same quality of volume. The fight is much closer between my Steam Deck and the Ikko. The Steam Deck headphone amp is pretty solid, though I would give just a slight edge to this hub. I don't think it would be worth having this lump dangling from your Steam Deck just for a tiny bit better 3.5 millimeter performance. You'd want to use it for the other bells and whistles, and the audio would just be a nice perk. Comparing on some IEMs that I have which use balanced or unbalanced cables, you definitely hear a difference in output at similar volume stages. If something exotic, like my Odyssey, the 3.5 millimeter sounds good at around 70, they sound similar over the 4.4 at closer to 50. And all of this is super subjective to the laptop or computer or portable gadget you might connect this to. Like a phone might only have 10 major volume steps. The Steam Deck is 20 clicks from mute to full volume. Windows gives you a range of 0 to 100, sort of. This is not exacting clinical measurement of electrical output, but this hub is a banger. And this is a good DAC to include on a product like this. Most people are going to get an upgrade, and a smaller group of people will at least have a lateral move. It's nice, just not suffering a downgrade for some of our audio accessories. I, of course, have a couple quibbles, things I wish this had, or things I hope we'll see in a future version. The memory card reader is slow. I would still want to pack another card reader if I really had to shoot remote and rely on some laptop editing. I really wish this had built-in Ethernet. It still helps to have a direct cable connection when you need the most reliable data speeds. And maybe most importantly for this kind of gadget, there is no microphone input on the 3.5 millimeters. So if you use this with a headset, all it's going to give you is audio out. That's a bit of a bummer and might complicate your ability to take calls or exchange in-game chat. For a couple of those quibbles though, I think we land a terrific price to performance. I have a cheaper laptop hub which has Ethernet on it, but it's built out of a cheap plastic, has much slower memory card and USB ports. There's a specific kind of audience for this, but I really can't find a combo of accessories that outperforms it, is as nice to carry, and can beat the price. Very recently, this came in clutch on a trip where my wife forgot to pack her AC adapters, and we basically charged a whole family of gadgets off this one hub. So for anything you might want some expansion on, a laptop, a tablet, a phone with a desktop mode, or a portable console, and where you might also want to step up the audio without having an extra dongle or converter, this is making a real strong case for your cash. So I will, of course, leave some links down below where you can find more information on the Ikko ITX01 laptop hub with premium audio. That link is going to be down in the description. As always, thanks so much for watching, for sharing these videos, subscribing to the channel. All the support lately has been phenomenal. Those of you who are clicking links, if you're hitting my home site, SomeGadgetGuy.com, or if you're joining the list of names scrolling by on your screen from my Patreon, patreon.com/SomeGadgetGuy. This list is basically the coolest collection of tech pals in the universe. So I hope you'll check them out. Now, you know where you can find me around the rest of the internet, at SomeGadgetGuy on the Twitters and the Twitch, not so much on the Facebooks and the Instagrams, and I will catch you all on the next review.